The first week of the October 2023 edition of World Textiles Journal will provide information related to the textile and garment business from Europe and Asia, with me, Alvin Hamison. My esteemed colleague, Ashna Deptikana, will be the bearer of the initial updates from the Asian region.
Thank you, Alvin. In fiscal 2023-24 Q1, Bangladesh ready-made garment exports grew by 13.07% to $11.617 billion, narrowly missing the target by 1.49. The knitwear segment notably outperformed, with a growth of 19.70%, while the home textile category faced a steep decline of 46.39%. Despite fluctuations, ready-made garment exports remain crucial to Bangladesh's economy. In July 2023-24, total ready-made garment exports amounted to $3.95 billion, a remarkable 17.43% increase compared to the same period last year. Woven garment exports grew by 11.54%, reaching $1.68 billion, while knitwear exports surged by 22.24%, reaching $2.27 billion. Bangladesh Garment Manufacturers and Exporters Association President Farooq Hassan expressed optimism about the growth, but acknowledged global economic challenges. This cautiously optimistic approach is necessary due to uncertain market conditions and a potential dip in apparel and global trade. The Association of Indonesian Fiber Filament Producers, APSFI, strongly condemns the recent auction of confiscated textiles and textile products, TPT, conducted by the Directorate General of Customs, Ministry of Finance. The auction included various items such as colored woven fabrics, printed woven fabrics, apparel, and footwear. Farhan Akil Siauki, Executive Secretary of APSFI, expressed concern that this auction signifies the government's tolerance of illegal imported products in the domestic market. The influx of these auction products into the local market poses a significant threat to the domestic textile industry, which is currently operating at less than 60% capacity due to the saturation of imported goods. APSFI pointed out that the auction prices set by DG Customs was significantly lower than the state revenue generated through fabric safeguards, with a substantial price gap of up to 8%. Akil stressed the unfairness of this auction and called for customs to consider re-exporting these confiscated goods to Africa, with the re-export costs shouldered by the importer. Selling confiscated items at such low prices can have detrimental effects on the domestic industry. Between January and July this year, China's industrial enterprises above the designated size reported total profits of 3,943.98 billion yuan, marking a 15.5% year-on-year decrease. This decline was 1.3 percentage points narrower than the January to June period. According to official statistics, the manufacturing industry's profit during the 7-month period amounted to 2,769.42 billion yuan, reflecting an 18.4% decrease. State-holding enterprises recorded a profit of 1,380.59 billion yuan, down 20.3% YoY, while shareholding enterprises reported a profit of 2,883.56 billion yuan, marking a 16.6% YoY decrease. Enterprises with foreign investors and investors from Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan collectively saw a total profit of 935.57 billion yuan, down 12.4% YoY, and private enterprises reported a profit of 1,022.66 billion yuan, reflecting a 10.7% YoY decrease. The Chinese textile industry experienced a 20.3% YoY profit decline during the January to July period. Revenue for industrial enterprises above the designated size inched down by 0.5% YoY to 73.22 trillion yuan during this period, as stated in an official press release. Additionally, at the end of July, The assets of these enterprises totaled 161.40 trillion yuan, marking a 6.5% YoY increase.
Thank you, Ashna, for your invaluable insights. Now, our esteemed colleague, Luisa Laberta, will present essential information pertaining to the European Union. Please, Louis.
Thank you, Alvin. The European Union is taking a decisive stance against greenwashing, the deceptive marketing practice of false environmental claims. In a significant move, the EU has provisionally agreed to update its commercial practices regulations to protect consumers from misleading information and improve transparency. Under the revised rules, vague environmental claims, unsubstantiated durability assertions, and deceptive offsetting schemes will be banned. These measures aim to empower consumers by providing them with accurate information, enabling them to make informed purchasing decisions. The EU's commitment to combat greenwashing reflects its dedication to consumer rights and ethical marketing practices. By closing loopholes and promoting transparency, the EU seeks to foster a marketplace where consumers can trust the claims made by businesses, ultimately driving more sustainable choices. The Eurozone's Q4 2023 GDP growth outlook is steady, despite regional variations and revised inflation forecasts. SP Global's report projects a 0.6% growth for 2023 and a 0.9% increase for 2024. Germany's economy is expected to contract more, while Spain is set for significant expansion. Revised estimates lower inflation to 5.6% this year, with a projection of 2.7% for 2024. The labour market plays a crucial role in shaping the 2024 economic outlook, as higher wages are expected to boost consumer spending. However, a labour market downturn could lead to a recession. Eurozone exports have been lackluster, but no significant losses in global trade are indicated. Despite escalating energy prices, the trade surplus remains below previous levels. The European Central Bank, ECB, may have reached its peak in interest rates and does not anticipate rate cuts before the second half of 2024. The ECB may also accelerate quantitative tightening, which could impact bond yields, but the full effect is uncertain. Eurotex's 2023 spring report sheds light on the challenges faced by the European textile industry in an increasingly globalized landscape. The report underscores the need for policymakers to consider the global dimension when formulating strategies. In 2022, EU trade in textiles and clothing exceeded €200 billion for the first time in history, marking significant growth. This growth was primarily driven by a substantial increase in clothing imports, particularly from China and Bangladesh, which overshadowed positive export performance. Consequently, the EU's trade deficit in textiles and clothing surged to €70 billion, a 48% increase from the previous year. The growing trade deficit raises concerns about the EU's industrial strategy's objective of strengthening resilience and strategic autonomy. Instead, the EU's dependence on certain raw materials and fibers has grown, emphasizing the need for strategic consideration. This situation also challenges the Commission's ambition to promote high-quality and sustainable textile products on the single market, regardless of their origin. With imports reaching €140 billion, ensuring quality and compliance control over these imports while avoiding trade barriers will be a significant challenge. Efforts to improve the EU's export performance are crucial for rebalancing trade relations with the rest of the world. European companies excel in high-end fashion products and technical textiles, necessitating support in established and emerging markets. Ongoing free trade agreement (FTA) negotiations, such as those with India, should focus on enhancing market access and ensuring fair competition with local companies. The report highlights notable differences between trade in value and volume, with EU textile product exports increasing by 13% in value but declining by nearly 7% in volume. This discrepancy is attributed to high inflation figures from the previous year, driven by rising energy prices and evolving central bank policies, leading to consumer uncertainty, reduced demand, and a challenging outlook for the entire value chain. Director General Dirk van Tiem emphasizes the importance of considering the global nature of the textile sector in policy design, as neglecting this dimension could harm the European textile industry's global competitiveness. Stabilizing inflation, restoring consumer confidence, and ensuring a level playing field are essential steps to fostering European companies' growth and providing quality employment to 1.3 million workers. Thank you, Alvin.
Thank you, Louisa, for the highly valuable information. This report derives from the first week edition, October 2023 of the esteemed World Textiles Journal. We earnestly trust that the information we are presenting can serve as a valuable reference for the growth of your business. I am Alvin Hamazin, expressing my sincerest gratitude and looking forward to our next encounter.